Welcome, everyone. I'm here with my guest, and we're going to look at Tim Pool, who's white knighting for the TERFs. So,
Yes. Mr. Pink and Yellow here. So, yeah, we're going to watch this video, we're going to reply to it, and we're going to look at the general turf radical feminist culture in general and just give a view on things. So, this is my first time watching this, but you've watched this before, right? So, you know what to
yes,
expect.
yes.
Okay.
I've watched this. Transgender developer makes a gender fascist game. You kill the TERFs in a Wolfenstein 3D game. So,
Yes.
and Tim Pool's going to concern about the danger of this trans developer,
Troll.
right?
Concern troll. Yes.
Yeah,
Concern troll, yeah. So, let's watch this. Let's just get on with it and watch it, yeah.
yeah.
From bounding into comics, transgender developer
You
releases
maximise the
an
screen,
video
please.
game.
All right. Let's see this.
From bounding into comics, transgender developer releases
Pause
anti-gender.
it.
Yes.
I just want to say that Tim Pool's a scumbag because he was pedo smearing Biden. Joe Biden was smelling girls,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
He
I
was smelling
remember
them.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He's like, okay. So no, so the grandmother did the same thing. He wouldn't call them a pedo. Anyone who pedo smears is a piece of shit. Full
Yes.
stop. If I was a dictator, I'd jail every single person who pedo smears and give them a 20-year sentence. But anyway, let's get on with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
fascist game Terfenstein 3D to draw a comparison between gender critics and Nazi Germany. The first thing I want to say
Pause.
is
Yes.
They're not gender critics. That's a euphemism. They're TERFs, and they're
Yes.
radical feminist man haters. They're not gender critics. So he's a TERF. He's using their euphemisms right there.
Yes.
So there's this. These right wingers. They're such low IQ idiots. They love white knighting for TERFs.
Yes. So, yeah, TERFs make lies about men committing 99% of all rapes. That's not critical of
Yes.
gender. That's
Yes.
spouting a
And
hateful
also,
narrative.
the thing is, also they're only critical of gender when it reaches its logical conclusion of trans. All these feminists were oh yeah, gender is a social construct to try and undermine male spaces, and basically there's biological difference between men and women. And instead of going, oh, there's biological difference between men and women, they go, oh yeah, there's more men in this certain field. It must be a conspiracy, right? They use the social constructive narrative to attack men, but when they get trans in their spaces, they don't like the social constructive narrative suddenly, and they suddenly believe in gender. They're all over the fucking place, but yeah,
Yeah.
let's
Let's
get on
carry
with
on.
it.
it's actually quite disturbing, but kind of morbidly funny. I have a sense of humor. I can look at this and find it to be kind of absurdist humor. But I gotta point out, if you are someone who is suffering from a disorder, a mental disorder in the DSM-5 that could result in you committing self-harm, and then you make a video game where you violently murder people who are your political opponents, I very
Pause.
Yes. So,
Okay, so Call of Duty's full of murder of political opponents all the fucking time. It's pro-American propaganda, like kill the Arabs, kill the Muslims, kill the Russians, right? They're terrorists, are evil. We've got this war on terror. Their games are actually funded by the State Department,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, by the U.S. military. So no one objects to, like, for example, a game where you kill Nazis, like Wolfenstein, that's political. Kill the Nazis. Games are fucking political. Lots of things. They only object to the politics of killing your political opponents when they sympathise with the political opponents. That's the only time they object.
And they
Okay.
pretend it's not political. Sorry.
Yes, and also, and women like are on the hashtag kill all men all the fucking time. These man haters. So why am I meant to give a shit here? Why? Okay.
Yeah, we're not. Don't give a shit.
concerned about your
Okay.
mental state. But hey, if you're getting it all out in a video game, it's better than you doing whatever in real life. But I would probably recommend that the person who made this
Pause.
game
So it's very slimy. This is like fake concern over their mental health,
Yeah.
but while implying that they're a dangerous creep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it-
Okay. It's so two-faced and manipulative.
Yes. So, yeah. He really wants to say, the TERFs are getting attacked. I'm white knighting for the TERFs. This game shouldn't be allowed. this is hate speech
Yeah.
towards TERFs. So
Right, let's play.
Game be placed on some kind of watch, just in case. Just in case. Here's the story. Take
Oh, pause.
yeah,
He wants people to put a watch list for their artistic expression,
yes.
basically.
Yes.
He's a fascist. If he was put on a watch list for his politics, he might be in a lot of trouble for taking money from Russia, actually. But if he was put on a watch list, or right wing people put on a watch list, if a right wing racist was put on a watch list for being a racist, he would whine and complain about it and suddenly be concerned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
I imagine most of you know the game Wolfenstein 3D, that OG DOS first-person shooter. I used to play that when I was a little kid. I still remember the final boss. He would open the door and go "Guten Tag," and then he's got like, and you gotta take him out because he's a Nazi or whatever. And so here, the swastikas are replaced by XX. Like what is that? Like chromosomes? Anyway, a transgender.
Yeah. Pause.
Yes. Of course
Pause.
they are.
You ignorant shit. No, but you ignorant shit, Tim Paul. Research the political groups being criticised. The chromosome thing is a TERF symbol of female supremacy. Okay.
Yes.
Programmer has launched Terfenstein 3D, a game in which players kill women critical of transgender ideology, otherwise known as TERFs. Okay.
Pause. That's a lie. Women critical transgender ideology. No. Women who want to kill men. Actually, let's look at some of the screen caps of what TERFs have said about children.
Yes. So here's a Twitter account of a TERF. She writes for Redux Mag, which is a TERF media website. And there she is on the bottom, tweeting about sending little small boys to the mines, saying that small boys
zoom into
praise
each.
the draft. Yes. Here we go.
Yeah, let's zoom into each individual one.
So,
yes.
you know what would solve
That's not the first one. That's not the first one. You go
this
to the first one.
Not this one?
Yeah.
All right.
Is that the first one? All right.
Let's read it.
Let me read it. We stopped sending these boys to war, and now the popular game they play is Call of Duty. They crave the draft.
Yes.
What age do boys become misogynist? This is more proof that misogyny is the N word. It's just a smear. Such a deep hatred for women. They said this woman hates boys, therefore she assumes boys hate her. It's projection already, and he's so young. I fear for the woman in his life and when he becomes an adult. So it's just dehumanisation and using threat narrative against boys.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next screen cap.
So, you know what would solve this? The mines. So
Send boys into slave labour, and mothers around the world do send their young boys into mines, especially in the Middle East.
yes.
Right? They send them off to child labour from an early age. So most trafficking, I'm not even talking about sex trafficking, because most trafficking is not sex trafficking. Most trafficking is of young boys for slave labour.
Yeah.
Is there any more screen caps?
Let's see. I think there's one more. So, this is between feminists. So, boys are committing rapes. That's why I support gay pedophiles. Girl, what? Yeah, you heard me. All teenage boys should be raped.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So if you white knight for TERFs, you are a fucking cretin. You're a cretinist cunt. I'm sorry. Like you're white knighting for a group of people that hate you. Like trans are not attacking women in bathrooms, right? Okay, but even if they were, which is not when it's not happening now. But even if they were, why should I care? A group of people that hate me and want me dead are like using fake concern over trans to dehumanise them because they see them as biological males. I'm meant to give a shit. Like no, you hate me, I hate you. Yeah, but unlike you, I'm not aggressive towards you TERFs, right? I don't strip your rights away. I don't want you dead. I don't want you sent to war. Yeah, you want me dead for being a male. That's the difference between us. Right, shall we carry on?
This is like the black slave is supposed to be concerned for his white slave owner. For if
he whips him, yeah.
You know. Anyway, let's get back to the video. Full screen.
Using the acronym TERF, which stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist, and is used to denounce women who don't support trans individuals, even if they support feminist ideals.
Pause. That even if they support feminist ideals, like, no, right? All TERFs support feminist ideals. Feminism is a hate movement, right? And and the label is accurate because it's one they invented themselves, but because it's got some negative connotation towards it, they're complaining about it. They can't even own their own hatred. Yeah, and the thing is, unlike biological males, right? Trans actually stick up for themselves and go for the jugular and fight back viciously, like rabid pit bulls, unlike men who just take this abuse meekly. So in some ways, I've got more respect for trans than I do for like heterosexual men.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use the term cis. Right, yeah.
Yeah. Trans will make a video game about killing the TERFs who hate them, but you won't see men do something like this to.
Yeah, but I'm never calling for men to do that. Yeah. Men just laugh.
Yeah.
They just laugh at it like it's a joke. Yes.
Anyway.
Like, I think this reaction is extreme. To be honest, I do think it's extreme in a lot of ways. But I got more respect for it than a passive heterosexual male just laughs and copes and jokes and go, cat ladies. Oh, she's a cat lady. Yes. She won't have a man in her life or stupid shit like that. Like, fuck you. You've been laughing at these women for 50 years, and they've been humiliating us and stripping us of rights.
Yes. When you gonna learn, man? When you gonna learn? Anyway.
Transgender developer Sandra Moen created Terfenstein 3D, a title that, in essence, is a parody of Wolfenstein 3D. Touted as a first-person shooter about infiltrating gender fascists' facility and disabling their weapons of mass destruction, the game's target audience is assumed to be aware of the transphobic pressure that exists to transgendered people by the media and TERFs. And, oh, look, it's a priest. Yes, they're massacring priests and dogs. That's the craziest thing.
So, you could kill dogs in Wolfenstein 3D. Dogs were an enemy.
Yeah, why is it? Why the fuck is it you can do it in latest versions of Wolfenstein? You can do it. What the fuck is this loser complaining about? So, like free. He's concerned trolling about the content of a game like a boomer. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
yeah.
If there was a game like kill the Marxists, kill the communists, right? He wouldn't be concerned trolling about it. He's so disingenuous.
No, they'd be saying that's free expression. You know, what are you for censorship? You know.
Yeah.
Let artists freely express themselves, as long as they're right-wing artists.
Priests, dogs, and women are gunned down with a minigun via Terfenstein 3D.
Yeah.
Why the dogs, man? I mean, I get it, but like if people have dogs and are like Nazis had dogs too, but you can't killing the dogs. The dogs aren't TERFs. Dogs just minding their own business.
Pause. If they're attack dogs, you have to kill them to defend yourself, you stupid idiot. Yeah, right? Like, you killed the dogs in Wolfenstein 3D because they're fucking attack dogs. Like, what the fuck are you on? This guy's whatever. Let's carry on.
Disingenuous. Yeah. Making the boomer arguments when it suits him.
Anyway, while development has been documented on Moen's Twitter profile, the game's first trailer was revealed in 2022 and launched on Steam in January of this year. How is Steam allowing this? Like, you go around killing priests. Moen describes Terfenstein 3.
Why can't you kill priests in a video game? Like, what? Like, so what makes... So, if you're playing... So, basically, Dungeons and Dragons, right? And you fight a priest, like a cleric. You're not allowed to kill them either. You see how stupid that fucking is? Or you're playing a medieval game. Okay, so basically, you shouldn't be able to play. You have to ban Age of Empire 2 when you kill the priest. You know the priest unit.
Yes, yeah, the monk units. Yeah,
monk. Yeah, so you're not allowed to kill them now. That the game should be banned. Okay, what a
yeah, the monk units are really dangerous if you don't get them. Anyway.
Yeah. As offering LGBTQAI, transgender, and feminist themes of gender-critical people, and what a post-war apocalyptic world would look like if gender fascists won. Pretty sure this is not...
Pause. We've got to bear in mind, the person who made this game is a man-hating feminist as well. Okay?
So, yes.
This is a man-hating feminist. Both sides of man-hating feminists fighting it out. We don't have any dog in any fight. No. The ideal situation would be to arm both sides and send them off on an island to fight it out to the death. And make sure none of them survive. That would be the ideal situation.
Yeah,
yeah. This person, I'm going to say a lot of things about trans, Like they complain about being dehumanized and creep shamed and stigmatized, and they go and do the same thing to heterosexual men, right? Themselves.
I see it all the
So
time.
they're a lot of hypocrites. Yeah, I see it all the time. Like they use the term sissy, for example, to mock men. So they want to complain about homophobia, and they use the term sissy. Oh, these heterosexual men are just sensitive. These cis men, which is a slur. So yeah,
Yes.
they just call them sissy. So yeah,
Yeah.
whatever, hypocrite.
Cis was a slur even back in 2011. There was die cis scum.
And but even before that, in the context, oh, it's just a whiny cis male. Oh, it's just a cis male. It was always used in this in a disparaging, dismissive way.
Yeah.
So,
What it would look
let's
like.
carry on.
In the dystopian world, fascists have killed and imprisoned all transgender and queer people, subjecting them to harsh conversion therapy, imprisonment, and death. You play as an escapee fleeing the detention center while you exact your revenge. Moen states the game brings to light the very real transphobic violence many transgender people face for just existing. I wonder how much of this game was just
Pause.
ripped off.
So pause. So basically, this trans is complaining about what biological men go through all the time. Yeah, because it's not it's not just a trans issue. It's a biological male issue. Biological men are seen as subhuman by society. Like like that guy. I did a video about that guy who basically his girlfriend attacked him, and he was getting attacked he was getting criticised for recording the encounter, right? And he even got one death threat from someone. Like he needs to die. So his girlfriend beats him and attacks him. He's recording it, and he needs to die. This is how much men are hated.
Yes.
Yeah.
It, men are hated, men are abused just for existing, even around
Yeah.
family
But
members.
Yes.
Off of Wolfenstein like it's just like a skin. Openly admitting the game is designed to draw a comparison between gender critics and Nazi Germany, all enemies appear to be female or priests female. You play a male who goes around murdering women. This is more like, they should call it incel
So
stuff.
what? Pause. Incel style. Tim Paul. You're in no position to call anyone an incel. You what? Incel sign. Like okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's really oh, the women getting killed in a video game. Like 99% of people get killed in video games are male, right?
Yeah.
No one complains. What a fucking loser.
Temple
My
is-
women, my angels.
Timple's arguing like a feminist. Oh no, this game where you
Yes,
can kill a women, you only do it 5% or even 1% of the time. But it's a feminist argument.
Yes.
So
There's
Incel
one
Stein
way
Yeah.
you get killed women makes enough change all men dying games.
yes.
Yeah.
3D.
Let's
I
carry
know
on.
incels are going to get mad because I said that, because it's you can't compare the two. A person who is celibate is not the same as someone who wants to go around murdering women. You get the point. Banners and other decorations in the environment are adorned with a Nazi-style XX symbol, while blood splatters against the walls.
Yeah. Alright, sorry about that. We disconnected there. We'll carry on. Anyway.
XX symbol, while blood splatters against the walls. Developed over 4 months, this solo project is one of many controversial games the developer has made. Being able to artistically express yourself is a proven way to heal trauma and possibly also move on. Hey, I got an idea. What if we made a...
Okay, so this stuff about here, this is enabling a little bit here. This is about healing trauma. You can make this violent video game. No, they're making a violent video game because they're angry and they want to be sadistic in their fantasies. That's all.
Yes.
They can't admit the fucking truth. They've got to use this pseudo-therapeutic bullshit. So disingenuous. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's carry on.
game called Terfenstein, and it was about a bunch of female athletes who live in a post-apocalyptic world where biological men dress up like women and oppress them and take over their spaces. You'd get banned in 2 seconds.
Yeah, you might have a point there.
Yes.
But to be honest, I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And the thing is, biological men are not oppressing women. That's a false narrative anyway. Like, at least in this game, the TERFs are actually Nazis, and they do want to kill people and genocide them, especially men. They want to genocide men only, right? So there is a point to this game. Biological men have never oppressed women, so a game showing them as oppressors and where they get killed doesn't make sense. It's hate speech. Yeah. If you let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Let me use an analogy. Let's compare two fictional games. There's a game where you kill Nazis because the Nazis are oppressing you and you're a Jewish freedom fighter, or there's a game where you're an oppressed Aryan German and you're killing Jews because the Jews are oppressing you. One game is hate speech, the other one is not. See the difference there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, one game is just telling an outright lie. The other is based on historical truth.
Yes.
And TERFs are villains. If you're saying boys deserve to be raped, they deserve to be sent to work in mines, you are a villain.
Also, they whine and complain and bitch about female-only spaces while they gleefully undermine male spaces. But we'll get to that towards the end of the video.
Yes.
This game also hopes to achieve that for players who need it through gameplay that would stir up hidden and muddied emotions. Please take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Even the game's launch trailer prides itself on being the most hated game of 2022, showcasing alleged tweets from Twitter users mocking or condemning Moen's work. Most hated game of 2022.
So that means that there's a lot of white knights crying and complaining about a game where TERFs get killed. It shows you what pussies men are. A lot of these people are going to be men, right? They're going to be loser right-wing men defending a group of people who want them genocided or enslaved. Like, what the fuck? I might get this game actually. Fuck it, I might buy it later.
Just see it for morbid curiosity, right? You know.
No, to support them, to stick it to the fucking TERFs and White Knights.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. So let's carry on.
22. Terfenstein 3D's launch trailer showcases alleged tweets the developers received. While the XX of the enemies could represent the XX chromosomes that indicate a woman on the genetic level, it's strikingly similar to the logo of Women's Declaration International. The group reaffirms women and girls' sex-based rights and challenges the discrimination we experience from the...
Yeah. I don't
care. So basically, women's sex-based rights is a euphemism for female supremacy. It's like saying white-based rights. White people should have white-based rights, right? Sex-based rights. It's moved past the equality gaslighting, or women just want equality, to now women deserve extra rights. That's what sex-based rights actually means. So who gives a fuck if this video game uses a symbol of a group who want female supremacy and want more rights than men? Who gives a fuck?
We shouldn't. Stop giving a crap about...
What a fucking loser.
Yeah,
what a fucking loser. Right, let's carry on.
Yeah, stop coming to the rescue of feminist orgs, you know.
The replacement of the category of sex with that of gender identity. Christina Ellingsen, WDI's lead rep in Norway, took the illusion in shockingly calm stride when speaking to Redux. Believing Moen was clearly appropriating the WDI logo, she wondered how Moen would portray a top-level feminazi boss. I mean, it's crudely made, to be completely honest. Like you could do better with the art. Come on, you want to whatever. The representation of women's sex chromosomes as resembling Nazi ideology shows how far gone these men often are. Ellingson mocked. Pause.
There we go.
You fucking gaslighting bint. You gaslighting fucking bint. We've just shown tweets of you TERFs advocating rape of boys. You're the one that's far gone. This is disingenuous gaslighting, right? It's not. And the thing is, you're not getting attacked. You're getting attacked by trans for just wanting your own space as biological women. But no, that's not the only reason why you're hated. You're hated for being man-hating bigots and radical feminists. You're scum. You're a radical feminist. You're scum. Right, let's carry on.
Yeah.
Accusations that women who care about women's rights are feminazis is nothing new, though. Male threats of violence against women.
Yes.
Pause. That's a gaslighting lie. It's not. You feminists want more rights. You want female supremacy and you want to strip rights away from men. Yeah? But fuck you, that lie. I'm not letting that lie pass. Alright, carry on.
And girls in the digital space is obvious and ubiquitous. But to men who claim to be...
Yes.
That's a lie. Most threats towards women in online spaces come from other women. And women stalk and harass and give death threats to men far more than men give to women. Women can give death threats to men on social media with complete impunity. right? Okay.
Yep.
Who's that cat guy, Joe Cat? He got death threats for just expressing his attraction to women from women, right? Or Cyberpunk Ghost Story, bunch of women gave the male developers death threats. Okay, this is just a lie. Okay, just a fucking lie.
Yeah. It's projection.
Digital media is used for a kind of gamification of misogyny that is unprecedented. Ellingson proposed.
Fuck you. Pause. Fuck you, Tim Paul, for reading a radical feminist narrative. You're a fucking piece of shit loser. But you pedo smear people, so you're just like a feminist. Gamification of misogyny. There's no such thing as misogyny. Like, I'm sorry. What misogyny? Women are fucking worshipped. They're fucking worshipped. Okay.
No, men have enemies with TERF allies like Tim Paul's. Like, it's... Yeah.
Yeah.
Cited banned browser extension Shinigami Eyes, which marks social media profiles that fall in the TERFs and transphobic categories. Oh my god. All right, let me give y'all a lesson if you're not an anime fan. And you don't
Pause.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so an app that brings scrutiny to TERFs and transphobes gets banned, right? And these feminists, they create watch lists of misogynists all the time, right? We've been on these watch lists. They just lie about us and accuse us of stalking women.
Yeah.
They did it to the Pink Pill Watch and got us banned, right? They just lie and do that all the fucking time, but we're not allowed to scrutinise them. They're allowed to lie with their fake scrutiny, but we're not allowed to do real scrutiny because the extension will get banned. So
Yeah.
and Chrome's run by Google and Google's feminists. So this is feminists protecting their own, as usual. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a social media extension that marks all TERFs and radical feminists, and next to the social media profile, it'll bring up an image of the most despicable things they've ever said, so you know them for who they are. Yeah, the editor of the Huffington fucking Post has tweeted "kill all men."
Yes.
Yeah.
Monsters. They're just disgusting.
Japanese. Shinigami means like death god, Grim Reaper or whatever. Death god. And Shinigami Eyes is a reference to the manga and anime Death Note, in which a person can receive a notebook called a Death Note that if you write someone's name in it, they will die.
You don't need to explain this, Tim. Just move on, you idiot.
All right,
Bloody hell.
All right, let's try and
No,
get...
just play it. Just play it.
All right.
Just play it.
However, what if you don't know their name?
I'm just criticising him.
Deal with the death gods to shorten your lifespan in half to receive the eyes of a death god, which allow you to see the names of the individuals.
You say the extension app. Jesus Christ. Carry on playing.
Yeah.
You see
You don't
a
need to
name
pause it when I
floating above
speak.
their head and how much time they have left. Because the way it works in Death Note is if you're a death god, you extend your own life by taking the remaining time of the individual.
Tim Paul's
So if
really
there's a person walking
stupid.
around and they have 80 years left, you
This is
write
so
their name.
pedantic.
I want to pause it. It's not just pedantic. It's so socially awkward and unskilled. I'm sorry. It's like really bad. How did this guy get so big and famous? It shows you how low IQ right wingers are. Actually, that anyone's parroting right wing talking points could become famous.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he's... Anyway,
Take your fucking bean hat off. Let's see your fucking hairline, mate.
I mean, not,
Okay, let's go.
I mean, not that being bald should be an insult, really, but
No, but no. Look, anyone I don't like, I'm going after their insecurities. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I'm not insulting him for being bold. I mean, I'm insulting him for being insecure about it.
yeah,
To be honest, it's pathetic. Just like,
yeah,
okay.
Die, you get their years. If you get the Shinigami Eyes as a human, your lifespan is cut in half. You don't gain any years, but you can now see their names, so you can choose to kill people. What they're basically implying with the Shinigami Eyes is they're threatening you with death, basically. They are saying they want to kill you.
Right, skip.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, that's a massive reach. That's a massive reach there, basically. He's basically reaching, right? The Shinigami Eyes were there to spy on people and find out the real name. That's all. That's all. And he's trying to... he's like using threat narratives on behalf of a group of women who've called for the death of boys and rape of boys. Okay, let's carry on.
Yeah.
Let me just make that one clear. Redux notes, however, that Ellingson was under investigation by the police for stating that male to female transgender women cannot be lesbians or mothers. Were Ellingsen to be found guilty, the Norwegian feminists face up to 3 years in prison. Men's rights activists.
Good. Fuck her then. Pause.
Yeah.
Pause. Pause. Good.
Yeah.
Good. It's an unjust law. It's an unjust law, but they deserve to suffer from it for once. They deserve to suffer from it for once. All these fucking.
Okay, let's carry on with this.
Yeah, so why is Bounding into Comics giving soft interviews to Redux? They're giving them an open platform, these man-haters. For sure. It's ridiculous. It pisses me off. They should know better. Do you think these the thing is, you don't give a platform to your enemies who hate you. Do you think they'll give us a platform? Never. They'll just lie about us and dehumanize us. Okay.
Yeah, there's... Yeah.
I refer to biological males who want the right to be in women's spaces as men's rights activists, and then actual men's rights activists get angry because they're like, don't lump us in with those people. I'm like, what I'm trying to say is male rights activists is probably a better way to put it. Biological males who want the right to present and assert themselves in spaces traditionally for females. I don't see why they're upset that I call them male rights activists.
Yeah.
They're upset they're calling them male rights activists, you piece of fucking shit, low-life worm, right? It's because you're smearing them with a lunatic group. Because ideological trans are Looney Tunes as well, right? You're smearing them with a lunatic group and you're white knighting for TERFs. Like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Of course they'll hate it, you fucking far-right Nazi. Right? Tim Paul. How would you like it if I called you a far-right Nazi? You lose your mind when you get labelled far-right. And then you're quite comfortably falsely labelling MRAs. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, you hypocrite.
Yeah, not the first time a right-winger said MRAs are just like the feminists. And Tim Paul likes to posture these are moderate. So I don't trust self-proclaimed moderates. They're always like this.
Yeah.
Just right-wingers in disguise. Well, not even in disguise.
Yes.
Activists, they're male. They're not female. They just want to present that way. Okay, I don't care. You can present however you want. I just
pause. Let's go to the females invading male spaces now. Let's look that up. Let's end the video.
All right. So
okay.
Here's the article from Huffington Post. 37 years ago.
Years ago, a female journalist won the right to do her job. Melissa Luduk opens up about what she learned from a battle to get into male
MLB locker rooms.
I don't know what MLB locker rooms means.
No.
What does that mean? Is that Mel?
No idea. I'd have to search.
Call it Mel. Right,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just call it Mel then. All right. Let's scroll down.
All right. So here's the paragraphs.
Okay. On September 25, 1978, a federal judge in New York ruled that the New York Yankees could no longer enforce its MLB policy that banned female reporters from the locker rooms on the grounds that it gave an unfair advantage to male peers and violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. So basically, they'll not do this for men to get into female spaces, right? Okay. The case was brought forward. They wouldn't like if some man wanted to be into female athlete locker room to do interviews, and he was trying to sue to get into it, it'd be called a creep, right? It's he just wants to get into the locker room to all the women. Okay. The case was brought forward by a Sports Illustrated reporter by the name of Melissa Luduk. The 20-something had been tasked with covering the 77 World Series between the Yankees and the Los Angeles Dodgers, only to be told by the commissioner office that she was not allowed into the team's locker room after games aims because she was a woman. The policy, this is a biased article by the way, the policy unfairly put her at a competitive disadvantage. Locker room chatter is often a good source of story fodder because of her gender, and so she sued and then she won. So, and this feminist Huffington Post is run by a radical feminist man-hater who wants to kill men, by the way. But you can see the dishonest framing of this article. Okay, so she wanted to get into male spaces. She feels entitled to get into male spaces because she's a woman, and she sued and got the government to violate male spaces.
Yeah. So
with no bearing on male comfort, whether men were comfortable or not.
No. So once again, all you men, please don't give a fuck for these TERFs. They're screeching that trans women are entering women's spaces. or invading.
Yes,
Yeah.
they violated our spaces first. They violated
Yes.
space. Let's go to that wrestling because this is old, but it's getting worse. There's recent stuff going on in America.
Yeah.
So let's get the
So,
amateur wrestlers.
all right, shall we play this video? Yeah.
Yeah, play it. Yeah, play it.
Yeah.
This mixed gender match ended in tears. I'm no rocket scientist, but this is probably why. It's as one-sided as a guillotine versus a prisoner, and it doesn't look any better with that purple band around her face. And just like that, he pins and wins. But this really begs the question, would this really help her wrestling? Because it wasn't even close. But how about another mixed gender wrestling match? And actually, how much would this help both their wrestling? Like, come on, he could be fighting a life-size dummy and it would be the same. It just looks like that, perhaps due to both the strength and skill difference. And to everyone's surprise, he effortlessly pins her with her legs up in the air, like she just don't care. What's your thoughts on this? Any competition is good competition? Or is that just a load of bull?
No, what is it? What is shitty video? There's other videos, but you don't have to watch them. What is this shitty video of this false framing? It's about pause.
Yeah.
So it's about competition. Is this good competition? No. This is about females invading a male space. This is the ultimate sign of disrespect. I'm a woman. There's a bunch of men wrestling. I want to invade it just to show my social dominance, right? They just want the right to invade just for the power trip. That's the only motive,
Yes.
right? That's
Yes.
it. And this is and men and even if women could compete with men, they still shouldn't be allowed to wrestle them because of false sexual harassment claims. And there should be male only spaces and there should be female only spaces. Okay, right?
Yes.
Okay, but I do not care about women's spaces on principle because they do not care about male spaces. They invade them on purpose, on fucking purpose.
Yes.
And look, why is this gender equality hashtag in there? Like, what the fuck? How the fuck is a woman invading a male space anything to do with gender equality?
It's not. So
All this fucking false framing these people use all the fucking time. Like, they're brainwashed. Jesus Christ, they're so stupid.
no, men can only cope about this. You know,
Yeah.
women barge into
I don't think it's
everything.
cope though. I don't think it needs to cope a lot of time. I think a lot of men just don't give a shit. They've got no self-respect. If you don't give a shit and don't have any self-respect, you don't have to cope.
No.
They don't give a fuck.
No.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Pathetic. And there is some comments of men complaining about this, actually. Men don't like this. A lot of them don't like it. They don't like it. But their consent gets violated. This is violating the consent of men on a collective level. Pushing the boundaries and violating their consent. Men do not consent to this.
Yes.
Fucking
But
hell.
most of the comments are
And I've seen it-
sarcastic.
Yeah, and a lot of them. And there was one comment on this video. We don't have to find it because there's loads of comments. He was getting attacked for showboating for not winning fast enough. No, we don't have to find it. I said we don't have to find it. There's too many comments. Comments. So he was attacked for showboating, and then one other one was attacking. Oh, he's going in too tough. So showboating means you're not going in all out. You're just dragging out. Another comment attacked him for going in too tough and being too mean. And if he lost, he'll be humiliated and ridiculed and be up on the internet for the rest of his life. Yeah?
Yeah.
So this is all the shit on men. So fuck TERFs. Fuck them just fuck them. I do not give a fuck about TERFs. They're bigots, they hate men. And fuck right wingers who white knight for TERFs. Right wingers who white knight for TERFs are the biggest morons to ever exist. That's all I've got to say about them.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I don't know how much more we want to listen to Tim Pool.
No, I'm done.
Yes.
I'm done. There's loads of wrestling videos out there, women wrestling men. They've got this weird obsession about forcing women into male spaces in the United States right now. Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
And I want to say one thing: TERFs will never do anything for men. They're not going to stick up for male spaces. They won't say one thing to stick up for male spaces, not one. So we should not stick up for their spaces. Yeah, I want female spaces to be flooded with trans. To be honest, flood them. Just let them in. I don't care.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and the fact that right wingers just hate speech concern troll for TERFs. It shows what the hypocrites they are, because they denounce the concept of hate speech, but until it suits them, to protect the TERFs.
They denounce the concept. They denounce the concept of hate speech because they commit hate speech all the time. There's certain groups of people they attack and they dehumanise, they undermine, they smear and they lie about. Yeah, that's why they're against the concept of hate speech, because they want to be able to commit it with impunity.
Exactly.
So I'm done.
Yeah, I think we've said all we can say about this. Don't.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Don't be a right winger.
Yeah.